Well, we appreciate you coming out from the Mushroom Kingdom, man.
Well, no problem. I'm a big fan of the show.
You know, I can actually change emotions like in Super Princess Peach.
Honestly, nothing surprises me with you anymore, so yeah, I believe it. But just, do it on someone else and not me, as always.
Honestly, do it on me. Try me.
Okay, sure, here we go.
Would you look at that? I've never felt so happy in my life. My God.
That's not good. What, he's never been happy?
Jog off, you bloody bellend. I don't want to see the lot of you. I've been hating all of you right now. God damn. Oh.
Well, at least we know he's not typically angry.
I'm so sorry. I love you guys. I love you guys a lot.
God damn.
Wow, those powers are quite amazing.
Welcome to this group. It's crazy.
On backlog, been gone for way too long. On backlog, got so many games to play, dog. On backlog, Donkey Kong expands my dog. On backlog, me and Carlo been fucking since dawn. On backlog, did you know that Carlo wears thongs? On backlog, I really fucking hate this song. Yeah.
What is up, guys? It is Robert of Gaming with me, and welcome to Back at the Backlog, the series where we take a look at the games that I recently beat off my backlog. Today's episode is on the game Super Princess Peach. Let me tell you guys a little secret. I love Mario. I love that plumber man. You may not know that, but I do. So much in fact that there won't be many Super Mario games on this series for the simple fact that I've pretty much played and finished most of them. In most of these Super Mario games, Mario sets out to save Princess Peach on an epic platformer adventure. Well, before Princess Peach Showtime for Nintendo Switch launches, there was one other game that had Princess Peach saving Mario in a traditional platformer. Now, admittedly, I don't remember when I found out about this game, I just knew it was a game I always wanted to play one day. Super Princess Peach was released on February 27, 2006 for the Nintendo DS and the US. It was developed by Tose and published by Nintendo. Yeah, it wasn't developed by Nintendo themselves, but Tose is a development studio that has been around since the early 80s arcade days. They apparently don't even credit themselves in many games credits, so they are almost, as people call them, a ghost developer. So it's understandable if you've never heard of them, but they've worked on so many games with Nintendo, even on Switch like Splatoon 2, Paper Mario the Origami King, and WarioWare Get It Together, with their most recent game being Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince in 2023, co-developed with Square Enix. It's a genuinely interesting developer that just goes under the radar and not by mistake. Regardless, is Princess Peach's solo game any good? Well, here we are 18 years after its original release. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the story first. The game takes place on Vibe Island, a land that holds great power in the form of an item called the Vibe Scepter. Bowser builds a summer home there to find his Vibe Scepter. His minions do, and they go to Peach's castle to kidnap Mario, Luigi, and Toad. They manage to kidnap them, and Peach returns to her castle with a bunch of toads with all sorts of emotions and finds a letter from Bowser saying, "Who will save you now, and if you want him, come get him." As Peach storms out to save Mario, Toadsworth stops Peach to give her this umbrella named Perry, who is no ordinary umbrella, but actually a talking umbrella that could help in some sort of way on the adventure. Then the map screen appears and the game begins. Now, this was a pretty funny intro. It really takes advantage of the two screens on the DS with some comedic imagery. Then when Toadsworth is talking to Peach, you could play a minigame on the bottom screen as Toad, calming the toads around you. Hell, all this is technically your fault, as the only way to progress the cutscene is to yell "Charge!" into the mic and have Bowser's minions kidnap Mario. Yeah, you are a part of Mario's kidnapping in this game. It's pretty cool. As you can see, they use some of the DS's unique features. They aren't anything massive, but it is fun to do random things like that.
Is that how you calm down other toads? You just shove them until they're fine?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. If they're all sad, getting shoved will definitely surprise them and be pretty confusing, so I tend to do that.
You shove sad toes? What's the depression rate among toes?
Oh, it's high. Real high.
And it ain't gonna get any lower like that. Right off the bat, visually this game is awesome. I love this game's art style. It reminds me a bit of Yoshi's Island, but even then it has its own unique style. Peach's character model is great in this detailed pixel version of herself, and we haven't even really seen her like this since. Character animations are great, like Peach's movement, like her floating, and also her funny idle animation where Perry closes in on her, stuck as Perry just sits there smiling. The enemies are constantly full of emotion, literally like crying full on, something we haven't seen from these iconic Goombas and Koopa Troopas. It's the details like this that just set this game apart from others. There are some cool background elements throughout the worlds, and the different worlds environments in general are really cool. None of the worlds are so incredibly unique in the world of Mario, but this art style makes it feel unique and it has its own feel and identity. The game is separated into 8 different worlds with a boss at the end of each and has a typical level setup. These levels are overall really good. Whether you are running around the colorful la-di-da plains or trying not to get burnt alive in the Fury Volcano, more often than not, you'll be in a well-designed platforming stage. There are points in the game that can be very basic with nothing special going on, like just going straight with some mindless design that felt like I made it in Super Mario Flash when I was 10 years old, which I thought was odd, but for the most part, there's a lot of fun and well-made levels. At its best, there's levels that you can miss so much because exploring can bring you to different sections, having you to replay levels and dig deeper than you think to find its secret toads or puzzle pieces to collect. There are 3 toads to save in every single level, similar to the many other collectibles in Super Mario games. I wasn't sure what collecting all these toads would do, as there was no roadblock at all at any point throughout the game, so I figured it was just to get 100% completion. I really like this world variety, especially when they have a world dedicated to essentially Boo House style levels called Shriek Mansion, with boos that fly to you when you do look at them, which is typically the opposite. There's level shifting areas, light puzzle areas. It's a lot of fun. Anything haunted house related is always a good time in my book. You could have the best level design in the world, but it means nothing if the character you are controlling just doesn't control great, but Peach definitely does. Peach's controls are tight with some great weight on jumps and some solid momentum for some fast platforming if you ever feel like running through a level. She can even slide to get past certain walls, which feels great to pull off. She also has a surprisingly wide combative moveset. Parry the umbrella can be used in all sorts of ways. You could attack enemies by swinging at others. You could also, instead of attacking, pick them up. With them picked up, you could throw them at other enemies, and if it's a shell, you can even throw it like a traditional Mario shell. You can even unlock new abilities for parry with coins you pick up along the journey. This was awesome because more often than not, coins just feel like they exist with no real incentive, but in Super Princess Peach, coins are perhaps more important than ever. There's a lot to unlock, like moves, more health, longer vibe meters, songs, mini games, and more. I actively went out to collect coins much more than any other Mario game, as they are truly worth something. Parry's unlockable moves are genuinely fun and helpful to use, like a projectile that could be shot out by parry for long distance attacks. A move that is super helpful that I didn't realize you could use until way later was the fact that you could grab enemies and have parry literally eat them to gain back vibe power for your vibe meter. I honestly have no clue how I missed this for so long, as it gives a reason for enemies respawning. There'll be times where you have to use one of your vibe powers to progress, but a couple of times I ran out thinking I was soft locked out of finishing the level, having me to restart the level and be careful when using the powers. But no, there were enemies throughout the section that would have refilled the vibe meter. I just somehow didn't know this, and man, I felt dumb for not knowing it. Speaking of the vibe meter and vibes, these are more moves that Peach can pull off, and it is really a big part of what sets this game apart from other platformers, or at least what they try to advertise it as. These vibe powers allow Peach to quickly change emotions that all have unique abilities. Crying has Peach run fast to get across certain areas and waters plants to grow beanstalks to hidden areas. Joyful Peach has her flying around in a twister that can have her attack enemies, get through certain objects, and fly high in the sky. Angry Peach has her stomp on the ground, triggering certain buttons, and since she's on fire, you can burn through wood, revealing secret areas. Then finally, Happy Peach refills her health. There's some more stuff you could do with the vibes, but that's the gist of the 4 emotions. While I don't think any emotion stands out as some huge game changer, it's the combination of all the vibes plus Perry's moves and Peach's movements that makes Peach one of the most fleshed out characters I've ever experienced in a 2D platformer, and was genuinely impressed with how many abilities they gave her. To address the elephant in the room though, yes, it's questionable that Peach's first solo outing's big powers are her emotions. Is it sexist? I don't know. I think they meant no harm, but it is technically stereotypical, like, oh, women and their emotions. One of the directors, well, is a woman, but I don't know. I definitely think they would never do something like this nowadays. It makes for some fun gameplay mechanics and great animations though, that's for sure. At the end of each world, you'll verse bosses which genuinely were some of the best bosses I feel, better than most of the 2D Mario series. Most bosses in 2D Mario games are really just jumping on enemies' heads for 3 times, but Super Princess Peach adds layers to a lot of these bosses, utilizing more of the vibes to attack bosses. Petey Piranha was a cool boss where you gotta cry to grow a beanstalk to reach a higher place to cry tears in his mouth until his stomach fills up and he is vulnerable to be jumped on his belly and cause some damage. That's pretty typical for Petey, but him throwing out enemies, shooting out shock damage, and how you gotta time the tears makes it pretty unique. The second world's boss is this owl that is up high, so you could use the joy vibe to fly high to attack, and midway through the fight, it breaks the platforms, causing the fight to very awesomely be in the sky as you are falling down. Each world continues with pretty damn good bosses, and it really surprised me, taking them out in unique ways every single time, actually having to figure out how to attack them when you first started up. Really damn impressive. In between worlds, you'll have these interesting little cutscenes with Peach and Perry at a campfire, with Perry dreaming about how he ended up with Toadsworth. One day he got stolen away from what he calls Grandpa to be sold later on. He eventually wakes up every time telling Peach, "We've got enemies to fight." I really enjoy seeing a little backstory about Perry and would genuinely like to see a return of this character, this magical umbrella. Man, this game continuously impressed me. The fun level design is wrapped up with some incredibly catchy music that stayed in my head for a while. Then finally, as you near the end, the difficulty I felt ramped up a decent amount. While in the world Giddy Sky, I was lower in health pretty much consistently. Although I guess I also wasn't eating enemies to refill my health because I didn't know I could do that, which certainly made things a lot more difficult for me. I'm now going to talk about the final world and boss just to let you know. The final world is Bowser's Villa, a full world of castle levels, and it definitely can get pretty challenging. Again, probably a large part due to me not re-healing with enemies, but it's still a good challenge level design wise. There are several unique areas in this world, like a giant thwomp that swallows you if you aren't posed like the statue when it opens its eyes, or the 3D like Bowser spike balls that swing at you, creating a cool looking effect. But the finale of the game is in this world, and it is inside this entrance that is grayed out. Why is that? I mean, that hasn't happened before. Then Perry tells us the bad news. Before the final battle, you'll need to rescue all the Toads from past stages, as he says, smiling. Wait, no, that can't be right. All the Toads? As in the entire game? No, that's ridiculous. No way, right? There's something else, right? Well, you actually have to find every single Toad from every single level in the entire game to unlock the final battle. What? Huh? They waited until the literal last second to tell me that? There was never a roadblock throughout this entire game, so of course I thought the Toads were just optional and never really went out of my way to collect a good amount, as I felt there was no incentive. Well, the incentive was to finish the game. Tell me that the very first level of the game. I mean, there's 128 Toads in this game. No, I did not collect 128 fucking Toads in the game before getting to the final level. Come on, fucking padding is what it is. There's no Mario game out there where you have to collect every single star, coin, whatever to finish the game, because obviously That is a bad design choice. What a punch in the fucking dick. I can't believe they would wait until the final second to tell you. That is an asshole move. Imagine finishing every single level and being excited to see Bowser and see how this final boss plays out, to only be told to fuck off and go back to World 1? Oh my god! What were they thinking with this? What? I had to go back to like 70% of all the levels. The pacing absolutely tanks. But luckily, you don't have to literally get to the end of every level again. You could just find the missing toads and exit the level, and it'll save them as saved. But wow, talk about grinding your game to a halt. Awful choice. Well, after finding every stupid, moronic, scumbag ass toad to exist, the final level is unlocked.
God damn, you good?
I don't really want to hear your voice right now.
I mean, come on, it's just a game.
What dragged down this part of the game? You.
Not literally me, dumbass.
You gonna call me a dumbass on my own show? We brought you on here, bro.
You're hating on my entire race and you're expecting to stay silent?
Yes, now shut up or I'll edit you the fuck out, bro.
Edit me out, that's what.
Anyway, Hammer Bro and Bowser are at the end of a hallway when the Hammer Bro says he could take on Peach and Bowser doesn't have to worry. Bowser then uses the Vibe Scepter to strengthen the Hammer Bro by making him pissed and reversed his Hammer Bro boss alongside a bunch of other Hammer Bros. This was a pretty easy fight as all I had to do was make Peach angry and then have her flame all the enemies including the main Hammer Bro until he dies. Fun first section though. The real fight begins afterwards with Bowser as he says, "Impressive. But enough of that, now you'll understand the true power of this scepter." As with every boss fight, you have to attack Bowser 5 times. Bowser does a bunch of moves that are admittedly pretty tough to dodge, so I was constantly refilling my health whenever I got the chance. He'll throw super accurate hammers, ram into you, shoot out fire, and more. He really does have quite the moveset, I gotta say. I ended up dying on my first try, but on my second try, I would stomp on his head again and again as he shot flames. It's a lot to dodge and it would be a lot more difficult if not for the ability to heal. Eventually, one hit after another, Peach burns Bowser to death. Or shit, there's more to this fight. Yup, Bowser turns absolutely massive and the actual final battle begins. This isn't all that surprising, but considering how chaotic the previous phase was, I was a little bit more surprised to learn there was more. Bowser will toss down bob-ombs that you could use in multiple ways. Collect more vibe to heal yourself, but the bigger way to toss them up and have them blow up in Bowser's face, causing some damage. You gotta be constantly moving as Bowser attacks from multiple angles, but one explosion after another, Bowser finally is defeated. Peach swings at Bowser like a golf shot, and funny enough, some birds pass with a nice shot. Parry unlocks Mario's cage. Peach and Luigi go to run up to celebrate as Peach hilariously knocks Luigi away and the two twirl around and celebrate. The group walks safely back to the castle as some final text tells us, "One thing about the scepter, no one knows who created it or why, but somewhere someone might be possibly using it now." What? Your dad got mad at you the other day, you say? Your mom's been laughing happily a lot? Maybe, just maybe, the Vibe Scepter is hidden away in your house somewhere. And then the credits roll. Hold on, let me put on my glasses for this. Your mom's been laughing happily a lot. Maybe, just maybe, the Vibe Scepter is hidden away in your house somewhere. Holy shit. Nintendo got away with a vibrator joke in Super Princess Peach? That's amazing. The innuendo was there from the beginning with this Vibe Scepter. But hey, you might have it hidden in your house. Your mom's been laughing happily a lot lately? What? God damn, I've seen it all now. The ending overall was really good. Another solid boss battle in a game full of really good boss battles. Funny quick ending, although I guess I would have liked Perry to have a little shine as there's no real ending to his story. While the game is over, there's still some extra content that you could play, like a few extra special levels, They were nothing out of the ordinary, but I did play them and thought they continued the fun. There's some okay mini games you could play that use the DS's touchscreen, my favorite being the one where you gotta drag Toad to the end avoiding the fire. Then there's stuff like the glossary that I love, which adds details with small descriptions on every enemy you encounter in the game, which is really cool. That was Super Princess Peach. That was a really good game. I generally had a lot of fun with this game, and it is definitely not talked about nearly as much as it should be. There's a ton of creative elements, especially when it comes to controlling Peach and her moveset. Consistently good level design mixed with some great boss battles and a catchy soundtrack makes it a must-play for 2D platformer fans, I feel. What brings it down is the pacing at the end. Collecting every Toad severely destroys the last part of the game if you don't know ahead of time, and without that, the game would have been even better. But as it stands, it's definitely a unique platformer that I would recommend regardless. Overall, I'm gonna give Super Princess Peach a... The whole game is built on the back of a sex toy. How is that not cool? Out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I could do without seeing another Toad for a long while, but I definitely had a good time.
Why am I here? Is he ignoring me?
I think he is.
Finn, we're literally about to wrap up.
I'm never coming back on here.
I'll make sure you never come back on here again.
Oh, now you hear me.
I'm curious to see how Princess Peach Showtime will be, as it's not a traditional platformer, and I do wonder if Nintendo will ever do something like this again. Probably without the Vibe Scepter and all those emotions, as I don't think today's audience would take that as kindly. But hey, maybe I'm wrong and they'll release another one with the Vibe Scepter and the new amazing Uranus beads. Hey man, you never know. That'll be it for today though. Thank you so much for watching. Share these around as they take so long to make. Let me know, have you played Super Princess Peach? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know down in the comments below. And I'll see you all next time. Super Princess Peach was a really good emotional platformer, but it is officially out of the backlog.
What was that all about? Are you good, man?
No, not really.
Oh my god! What? Why?
I told you I'd make sure you never come back, and I'm not fucking lying.
Holy shit, Finn, try to calm it down.
I'll make him sad.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you left me no choice. I gotta do this. I gotta do this.
What? Make him happy! Make him happy!
Okay, I didn't think Sad was gonna want him to still kill you. Happy it is.
Oh my god, guys. Do you see his face? It's so good. It's a good day, Toad. It's a good day to die. It's not a big deal. Come on, guys.
Holy shit, he wants to kill him. He wants to kill him.
Toad, this is his happiness.
What did I do to you?
Toad, I'm just so happy for this moment. I can't talk about any negative stuff. Let's just get over with it, guys. You know what I'm saying? Come on, guys. Come on. Come on.
Oh shit. It was nice knowing you, Toad.
Oh, I can't look.
Wait! Please! Wait! Listen to me! Please! Listen!
Bye-bye.
Oh god, what the fuck, man? God.
I don't understand.
Come on, guys. It's just an insect in our damn house. I'll get Drucker to clean it up.
You killed him. You killed Toad.
Who is Toad? Who the hell is Toad? Tell me. They make millions of them in the Mushroom Kingdom, bro. They just exist. They're like insects, literally. All they do is work away for the princess. It's actually sickening, these scientists making them. We're not talking about Toadette here or Captain Toad. No, it's just Toad. Who the fuck is Toad?
Bloody fuck, Rob. That is Toad. I don't know what to tell you. That was Toad.
Yeah, and there's millions of others that look exactly like him, all called Toad. That's nuts. That's crazy. They're like AI. It's like robots. What the fuck? Who cares? Like I said, it's an insect, bro. All they do is help the queen bee, essentially, right? Which is the princess. It means nothing, bro. It means nothing. Let's just, like I said, Drucker will clean it.
God damn, I can't believe that happened.
Well, maybe if there wasn't so much padding at the end of Super Princess Peach, I wouldn't have been as harsh on the guy. But there was. So I had to kill him. Fuck that guy.
You know what? Yeah, fuck it. I don't really care. What's the next game anyway?
Oh, Kylo. God damn, that was quick.
Yeah, I've killed so many things in my past, and, well, I thought his voice was pretty annoying, so how could I judge?